This is the season-long podcast for the YouTube channel SeasonLongBaller. Glad to have you with us. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. And this is what we do on SeasonLongBaller. On that YouTube channel, we are mirroring the actual NBA season through NBA 2K23 Player Build Jaymont Summerz, a 6'5" point guard out of William & Mary. And that video build is down in the description. This is played through the MyNBA mode on NBA 2K23, the modern era, and we created Jaymont Summerz, put him in a season, and we are mirroring the actual NBA season. So he is the point guard for the Washington Wizards, the starting point guard for the Washington Wizards. So when the actual Wizards play, Jaymont Summerz and our Washington Wizards play. And one of the things that makes this a little bit different is every time Summerz comes out of the game, we are out of the game as well, and the computer just goes ahead and simulates what happens while Summerz is on the bench. And one of our examples of that we will talk about in just a moment. So on the podcast here, we kind of talk about what happened during the week, some things with Summerz, and what's going on in the week ahead for the Washington Wizards and Jaymont Summerz. So taking a look, he is averaging right now, and this is a look at the rookies per game. He is leading the rookies in assists right now at 3.6 assists a game. And as you see, Jaden Ivey is second, Banchero is third, Mathurin is fourth, who is now playing more with the Pacers. In our simulation, Mathurin did not start the season at the guard position. He was coming off the bench. Matter of fact, in the first Pacers game, which was the opening night game, October 19th, I'm not sure Mathurin even played in that game, or at least when Summerz was on the floor. But he's been getting more time lately, and he does start in the game this past week, and he is now, as you see, he's fourth among the rookies in assists at 1.7 a game. Now, also significant here that Summerz is only averaging 1 turnover a game. So that is something significant for your point guard. Just 1 turnover. And again, keep in mind, these are 6-minute quarters. So the stats will not necessarily reflect what you would get out of a 48-minute game. But he's only averaging 1 turnover a game, and I think that is pretty significant for Summerz. Now, taking a look at what happened the past week, a 98-81 victory over the Chicago Bulls on the 7th. On the 9th, an 80-69 victory over the Pacers. And then in a pretty thrilling game, an 88-83 victory over the Clippers, who we will be seeing again very soon. And again, we will talk about that in just a moment. But first, let's look at what Summerz did against the Bulls. This is significant because we had our first double-double, 17 points, 11 assists, a career-high 11 assists, 6 out of 11 from the field, and 3 out of 6 from three-point land. So that made us think that we were out of the shooting slump that we had been in the previous games, which were losses to the Hornets and the Lakers. But as we will look at here in just a moment, that was not necessarily the case. But probably the best game of the season overall for Summerz, going 17-11, adding a rebound and a steal. However, as you will now see when facing the Pacers, as we mentioned with Mathurin getting the start for the Pacers at the shooting guard position, Summerz followed that up, or we followed that up with our worst shooting game possibly of the season. And this is pretty bad. As you see, 3 out of 16 from the field, 1 out of 9 from deep. That was entirely terrible. And that would actually continue into the Clippers game where he did not fare much better. But this was probably the worst one of the week, 3 out of 16 and 1 out of 9. Not something you want to repeat, and not something we want to talk about much longer. However, the Wizards did manage to win anyhow, winning 80-69. As you see, Beal and Barton both had 12 apiece, both shot 5 out of 8 from the field to lead the Wizards to the victory there. Right now, the Wizards are the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, 20-7 overall. The Brooklyn Nets are the 2 seed and will be coming to Washington here soon, so we will be playing the Nets again very soon. As a matter of fact, we're playing the Nets later today. I shouldn't even say soon. Later today, so watch out for that video. The Nets and the Wizards will be going head-to-head in Washington, 1 seed versus 2 seed right now. Of course, it's a little too early to be talking about seeding, I guess. But anyhow, the Wizards are 20-7, and the Nets are 17-11. You see the Sixers, Hawks, Cavaliers, Heat, Bulls, and Pacers complete your top 8 in the Eastern Conference, and the Milwaukee Bucks holding there right now at the number 9 seed. Now, we were talking about that matchup with the Nets that's coming up a little bit later. The Nets are on a hot streak. The Wizards are as well. The Nets have won 4 in a row. The Wizards have won 3 in a row, but significant here, the Wizards are 12-2 at home, only losing to the Grizzlies in Ja Morant's 42-point game not too long ago, and losing to the Lakers. So those are the only 2 losses that the Wizards have had at home. Meanwhile, the Nets are under 500 on the road at 6-7, and we'll see how this game fares. And, of course, the Wizards are still the number 1 offense in the league, averaging 84.4 a game. But that might be just the result of us playing the games out live, despite the fact that they are 6-minute quarters. Looking at the rest of your week, and this is what is very significant. After this home game later today against the Nets, the Wizards embark on a 6-game road trip out west, starting with the Denver Nuggets on Wednesday. Then we've got back-to-back LA games on the road. The Clippers, who we just faced 2 days ago, we'll face them again in LA, and that is followed by the next day, Sunday, the Lakers in LA as well. And that is, again, like I said, the beginning of a 6-game road trip. You can see the other games. We'll talk about those a little bit next time on the podcast. But that'll be followed by the Suns, the Jazz, and the Kings on the road. And we've already faced the Jazz once, and we defeated them at home earlier in the season. So that is basically your look. It's time for us to go ahead and take a look at the Jaymont Summerz play of the week. And considering how bad some of our shooting was, it took a little bit longer to find a good one, but not really, I guess, because there was still the 17-11 performance against the Bulls. 126, his ball brings the ball up against Summerz. Got the steal. Transition 3, no. Alley-oop to Beal, got it. Yes.
Assisted by number 4.
Summerz gets the alley-oop to Beal, and it's now 31-25. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Season Long Podcast. We do this every Monday. Always appreciate when you give us a view and a listen. If you like what we're doing, go ahead and subscribe and give us a like. It is much appreciated. Now, we did mention, I believe, during the game against the Pacers that we were probably finished playing them for the season, but that is not the case. We do face the Pacers once more in February, so we will play the Pacers 4 times this season. That is quite a bit. SeasonLongBaller.com, the website, that will be coming up very soon, so look out for that. And later today, taking on the Brooklyn Nets at home, and then we embark on a 6-game road stand. Thank you very much for listening and viewing here, the YouTube channel Season Long Baller. You are always much appreciated. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Season Long Baller is out. Peace.